Let's give a warm Hollywood welcome for the Prince of Love, Mr. Love himself. We are so glad you're here, my dear. Thank you.
Great
and
to be here.
It is wonderful to have him here. We don't get him to come this way that often, so come in and enjoy. Everybody's been waiting.
Wow, great.
Yeah, everybody's, and more seats would have been filled, but the parking is not good.
Excuse
So,
me.
of course. So Alex has gone on to a new career, which he can tell you about, and which he's done most of his life is design. And now he's doing design of these magnificent scarves that are for sale in many of the top stores. Well, he'll tell
I should have brought a dozen of them.
Yes, you should have. Yes, you should have. So we welcome him and we say, Om Shanti, and thank you for
Yeah,
coming.
thank you. Thank you. Morning, everybody. So sorry I'm late, but I'm super happy to be here anyway. Everybody's phones off?
Yeah.
So let's just have a moment of silence. How many first-timers? First time here? 1, 2, 3. Welcome. So I guess the topic today is, of course, on love, huh? How many people here know how to love? How many people here are good at it? Huh? Come on. I think that was the essence of our class today is what's the extent of our being love? It's a beautiful topic because love is something that everybody knows and everybody experiences and everybody is love. What is the biggest quality that God offers us? Love? How many would agree to that? How many people feel like one of the biggest qualities that God offers is protection? Just a few of us. Isn't it something that when you love something, you protect it? So if you start to think about all the qualities that come from love, it's like love can be the seed of the mother of virtues, and then everything else expands from that. So sometimes if you need to know where do I begin to transform and change myself, let's just look at that and see how, to what extent am I being loveful in the mirror? Because this is where it begins. Be very loveful to the one you see in the mirror. I was just noticing this sister here. I said, you know, when she must, yeah, you. No, you. I said, look how beautiful she looks. Huh? Her scarf, her hair, just stunning. And I said, I bet you when she left today and saw herself in the mirror, she at least had to say, you look marvelous. You know, you look beautiful. And it's a great feeling to do that. And I know I reiterate this all the time, but when you look at yourself in the mirror, you better compliment yourself. Because if not you, then what, are we going to wait for it all day? Really, walk out, wake up in the morning, say you're beautiful. After you shower, say you're beautiful. When you get dressed, I'm gorgeous. Because, you know, you put effort in what you look like, you brushed your hair, you know, you put skin cream or whatever. And so to be loveful is to be loveful to yourself first, big time. And that is an amazing feeling. And what we need to do to ourselves the most is to nourish our own self. We are everything. Our body, our mind, I, the soul, I am everything. Cater to yourself. And cater to yourself with an enormous amount of love. And experience that love. And experience that love also then coming from that source. Because that source, that thought that you are connected with the divine, that is an enormous amount of pure love. That fills you so much that then it becomes a place where you can then share that your love that's coming through you as well with everyone. And I think one of the essence of St. Valentine's Day is that it's a day that we are expressively sharing more love that day. Right? Those that you really want them to know that you love them, you either send them something or a gift, or you call them, or a card. Right? Why don't we do it on the 11th of February? So at least we have that day to express it. But I think this is like, I felt like, man, this is such like a typical American thing to do. You know, like, well, one day we're going to have Thanksgiving Day. And another day, that's the only day we have to give thanks. Really? You know? St. Valentine's is the only day that you really need to tell that person that you love them. I mean, in essence, it's a nice thing that we have done here in America, but it's like, then it limits it to like that one day. And it should be on the contrary. Maybe we should have that one day that we can just be really pissed off at everybody and tell them off. Right? And then every other day, we should be loveful. Piss off day. Forgive me for those that are listening to. Wouldn't that be a little better? A day of just not giving thanks anymore. We're just done. But anyway, we have to take it upon our own selves to create that lifestyle to always be full of love. I tell you, I mean, I was brought up by an extremely, extremely loving mother. And she wasn't loving like, you know, always constantly touching and caressing. Perhaps when I was a kid, yes. So I had the gift of having a very loving mother, so really experiencing what it is to be loved and to have that nourishment. So I then also find myself to be a very loveful man. And I think it's because of that, my upbringing. My mother at least taught me to be loveful with everybody, share love. And I even used to have that struggle, you know, being a younger man, you know, like how do you share love with men? You know, without somebody saying, what's up with that guy? But after traveling to India and Arab countries, you realize that that's the way of life. So it's like this American way of, you know, men are like handshake, you know, hey, nice to meet you, and then you turn away. There's hardly no really sharing between that. And then women get to share it with amongst women, you know, and they can share it limited with men. But in Arab countries, it's so beautiful. Like in India, all men hold hands walking together. You know, if I had to escort him to the front desk of the library, I would walk him holding his hand and take him to the front. Extremely loveful. Extremely loveful. And then among sisters, they do the same thing. It's just every different culture then starts changing the paradigms of our thinking and living. And then I came to my own terms and I said, no, I'm going to live life according to my heart. And I don't care about the paradigms of society. I'll create my own. And that gave me the ability to be very loveful. And I don't know, as far as you all might know, that I was a fireman for 30 years. And came a time in my fire department that I said, how can I achieve everybody's love? You know, where everybody has a good feeling towards me, instead of having like this Oh, well, that guy I don't like too much, and this guy's a jerk, and that one I like, and he's my friend. Oh, he's my, you know, it's like this variety of emotion all day long according to who you see in front of you. And I took on the thought that I said, I'm going to be a mother to all of these guys. So then I started cooking and sharing, you want to have some lentils, you want some rice, you want this, you know. Next thing you know, they're like little cats all looking to see what you have to eat. Right? But when you give somebody even a little ice cream, a little something, or they're eating and you give them a spoon, or you give them a cup of water or a napkin that you saw that they needed, being that mother, I tell you, I want every single brother's heart from that. Every single one of them. And you can see, like, when one hasn't seen you in a while, they'll come up and say, hey, Alexander, man, what are you making tonight? Can I eat in with you? So you can see they're like dying for that nourishment of love. And we Brahmins, you know, we cook with that consciousness as you stir, that you're preparing this with a lot of love. And it works. So talking about that as well, you know, when you cook or serve yourself water, serve yourself with love. It's an amazing feeling to be walking around all day feeling loveful. And nobody needs to love you. It's just, you need to love yourself. That's an amazing feeling. And we all know that God, the Supreme, adores us. How many of you feel like you're a really special child of God? Come on, at least half the room, right? Brother? Special child? Sometimes? All right, put half an arm up. I tell you, that might be a good thing to increase that relationship. It makes the whole world better. And I'll share something, whether you believe in God or not, it's irrelevant. Just having the thought that there's something out there supporting you, backing you up, loving you, just having that thought, it happens. It happens. That's why, I mean, even if you praise an idol, you know, or a monkey or whatever, it doesn't matter. That little monkey's gonna help me, you know, get past this challenge, and you believe it. What happened? We just basically fixed our whole intellect. We then vibe with that protection, that feeling, that strength. So, but to make something really powerful, then just have that connection with that divine light. That divine light is really like, you know, Florida Power and Light's most powerful plant. And you got a direct line into that plant, and you're stealing it because you're not paying for that electricity. It's free. And it's so overwhelming that you can take as much as you want. I mean, I find my own self sometimes sitting in front of Baba and taking that love in, and instead of sitting there and really, really nourished, I take a little bit and I'm gone. It's just enough. But the more time that we take to build this power, Sister Genti said in the video, like, build great strength in your values. And build a great strength in number one, peace and love. And they go hand in hand. So we want to be able to live a life where our journey is always full of love. Every step that we take, we see love, we see beauty. We feel it, we emerge it. Do yourself a little practice and sit yourself maybe at the mall or at a park or something. And sit quietly and sit alone and observe everyone that passes by you. And first notice, I mean, we're kind of cheating now, but first notice to see what are your thoughts towards everybody that walks by. I did this many years ago on on Lincoln Road in South Beach, when I first started practicing this. You know, typically it would be like, oh my God, look at this girl, how tacky what she's wearing. You know, or like, can she really wear that, having that, you know, big this? And there's a little criticism. And I was like, what? It's really like a contamination in the mind. So then that same day I changed it, and I said, every single person that passes in front of me, I will find something good in that person, something pretty, something that I can feel good about. So then it was like maybe the one wearing those short shorts that all her flat was coming out. Like, good for her. You see what just that little switch. But she had the courage to wear it. She's feeling sexy. You know, hey, everybody likes something of everybody, you know? Everyone has some kind of love affair going on, which is beautiful. I just recently heard something that I love them really a lot, that the human being is naturally, like animals pair, human beings also look for that pair. How many people love to live alone? Yeah, right. No doubt, that's because we're happy no matter what. But really, we're always looking for that someone to like share life with. And that's extremely important because you're either going to share it with your kid or your neighbor or your friend, but we want to have somebody to share life with. But the utmost relationship, because even the Bible and many scriptures will say it, is that you'll leave your family and create your own. So we create our own, regardless who it is. And in that creating of the family is where you now create a whole new love. It's a whole new house of love. Because a family is based on love. And then a family is based on respect, honor, dignity, integrity. All of those really high value, purity. Huge thing in a family. Have the purity of thought for each other. Keeping the house pure. How many people hear your mom say, you know, would you bring those girls or those guys over this house? It's like to keep your house sacred, huh? You don't bring just anybody into your house. So purity is a very big thing in a home. And then love and harmony. Virtues are amazing, aren't they? Think about how many virtues we've already covered in less than 10 minutes. And I feel that this is where our conversation should lead to. I want to share something really brief with you. I went to see Oprah Winfrey last Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
In New York at the Apollo Theater in Harlem. It was an intimate gathering. Just a few hundred of us, but that's intimate for Oprah. And I had the great opportunity of gifting her my scarves. And so I gifted her courage, which is white, love, which is pink, and passion, which is red. And so Oprah interviewed about 6 VIPs on the stage in front of us. And like, for instance, one is a movie producer, this movie called Get Out, which she highly recommends everybody sees. I haven't seen it yet, but she pulled our ears for not seeing it. And so the producer is telling his story in the movie, and it's life transforming for him, and then that's why he's putting it in a movie, because it's going to transform others. And so this was the whole 6 hours of these types of conversations on how each individual is doing your story, and you wrote a book or something, and you're making an impact in life. And it's about these conversations, values. And she covered with one person the whole topic of love. She covered with another person the whole topic of courage. And she covered with another person the whole topic of passion. And I'm like, wow, this is perfect. I'm bringing her those scarves with these topics. And this is what I love about Oprah Winfrey, because she's changing consciousness on TV. That's what we need. You know, it's amazing. And so, you know, now there's a whole lot of news about fake news. It's about time we understand that the news, a good portion of it is fake. And we listen to it and change our whole vibration. This is really important to understand that. When you listen to negativity, you're changing the vibration of your body. And if you want to stay healthy and wealthy, keep that vibration of your body very elevated. And that is simply by your way you're thinking. The thought changes the vibration of the body. And the more we vibrate with that pure vibration, the healthier we become. How many of us want to be healthy? And how many of us want to be wealthy? Which one comes first? Man, you can be a multimillionaire and you wake up aching in the next morning and you're like miserable. Doesn't matter how much money you got in the bank. I tell you, the amount of money you have does not change you at all. At all. And if you're identifying yourself by the kind of money you have, I know inside you're feeling really empty. And if you don't know the experience, just go into meditation and imagine it. I used to sit in meditation and imagine myself so wealthy with homes in all different parts of the world, and I realized, wow, what a headache. Way too much. Now I want to be really, really rich and really, really simple. So no headaches. Just a deep amount of everything. Wealthy, healthy, body, mind. Just accumulate, accumulate, accumulate. And we need to accumulate this because as times change, the changes are challenging. And when the challenge becomes really, really strong, how many people know our, Nostradamus' predictions for 2018? Good, don't know. It should be, according to him, it's a very challenging year. Very challenging year, especially for China and our whole economical system. So this is what I'm saying. If we don't have the accumulation of even wealth, anything can happen and we're like destitute. So if we don't have the accumulation of love, of peace, peace is a big one, to maintain this power of peace within you, regardless of what the scene of drama is going to be in front of you. That feeling of protection, that regardless what could happen in the globe, you're protected. Many people are walking around with huge fears of these kind of things. I mean, you know, we know a hurricane comes, a lot of people panic. We see it. I sit like back still, like I'm even more relaxed when I know hurricane's coming because I cannot fall into this energy that everyone else carries. So I always say, wherever I am, totally safe. On the fire truck years ago, young guys would get on the truck like, yeah, man, let's get a fire today. We're gonna do the fire. I said, first we get paid the same whether we get a fire or no fire. So no fire. It's a lot of work to do a fire. And then I said, and you can't wish that upon anyone to lose all of their belongings and their life and their memories. It's a horrible feeling. So no fire. And I used to always say, as long as I'm on this truck will not go into a fire. So I used to say that with so much power that I would convince him, like, oh, well, with him, we're safe. So I would create this energy. Sometimes if we got too many calls, I'm like, guys, come on, everybody at the same time, that's it for the day. Well, let's hope. I'm like, no, if you say that, then yeah, then that changes the possibility. Until all four of us would agree that that's it for the day, I swear to you, that would happen. We would all say, that's it, no more calls for the day, and we would go the rest of the day with no more calls. It's amazing how powerful this mind is. Test it. Play with it. I spun like 3 times for parking. I said, man, this is ridiculous. And I was late. I said, okay, let it go. As soon as I said let it go, I swear to you, I got the first parking, the VIP parking space. And I'm like, where did this come from? Because I spun. I didn't see anybody walking out to get into a car and leave. The mind is extremely powerful. Play with it and use it. And believe in it. Believe in it. Little things, test yourself. Because the more you recognize your power and the blessings, the more they come. and the more powerful you come. How many of you like to feel powerful? What do you mean? Yes?
Yes, yes. Over,
It's an amazing
over
feeling.
myself and over,
No, powerful yourself.
Yes.
We don't need power over anybody. If we have power over ourselves, nobody can overpower us. So it's done. My power has to be amazing. And I love to feel powerful. But where do we gain our power? Any suggestions?
From God.
From God. Anyone else?
Inner strength.
Inner strength, right. Thinking of how powerful you are.
Yeah.
See, power increases power. You know, when you got to do something, you say, I'm powerful, man, I'm going to get this done. It gets done. Other virtues we can talk about is that discipline, perseverance. Extremely important, because these things have to do, these are the sequence of success. It's like you think about, how am I going to achieve this goal? Well, I'm going to need this, and this, right? So then you go out and you go get it to achieve that project or that goal. But on the spiritual part, on the I part, what are the tools that I need to achieve a goal? I need courage. I need faith. I need determination. I need perseverance. I need patience. I need passion to hold that. I need to love what I'm going to do or what the result's going to be. So think, all of these little virtues are needed to achieve one thing. But if I have an accumulation of these virtues constantly, what would the results of almost everything I do have be like? This is what gives us power. And so throughout the day, accumulate. There's a lot of work to do on ourselves, a lot, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I mean, how many of you right now at this moment are needing determination for something in their life? Right? Have determination. It's an amazing, you know, like you're going to run a race and you're determined to beat everybody. You're determined at least to finish, regardless. But you need determination. I got 3 things to do today. Determination is needed for just those 3 things. So there's so much that we can entertain our mind with that gain that power. And be loveful and thankful for all of it. I can't share with you much how awesome it is to just be grateful all day long. Just take that 1 minute and say, oh, Baba, thank you. You say, thank you. What am I thanking him for? It doesn't matter. Just the feeling. The feeling of the thank you elevates you. And then he feels that you're appreciative, so he's going to give you more. I want to share something that I just learned recently, and I swear it's really good. How many of you donate or give a offering monthly to a church or organization or something? Do you ever skip a month?
Yeah.
Now, ask yourself, or just do the observation that if in that month that you skip, if there's perhaps something lacking or something did not go as well. And you'll see that, So I just realized that there is this magic in offering. And so somebody says to me, I never miss a month because I don't want to go a month without, something lacking. I'm like, I said, what if we give every week? It's the same thing. So then I realized, okay, then you know what, if I gave every day, comes this cycle of every day. So whatever it is that you want to accumulate, you give that. So if it's money, give something daily, weekly, monthly, whatever. But keep the cycle going. And so in the same way, everything should be like that. Giving love, giving cooperation, giving respect, giving honor. And that comes back. It's the law of the universe. You know, it's interesting because back in the days, only mystics and shamans and stuff used to know about these kind of things. And all of this knowledge of our mind and energy is becoming our mainstream topics now. And it should be our main topics within the household, being that the household is where we energize. And we take our great inner strength in the house. Sometimes inside the car too. Right? So what special thing are we doing tomorrow for St. Valentine's Day?
Love ourselves.
Love ourselves. Send yourself a dozen of roses home. You know, buy yourself a little tree. And don't think, oh, nobody gave me anything. Nobody needs to give you anything.
We have it all.
Give yourself, you know, I love to fill my house with flowers and roses. I love it. Go and you spend $50, which is a lot of flowers. But I fill up my house with flowers, and then now I gotta care for them. I love caring for flowers. See them wilting, you gotta cut them, bring them down, suck more water. You know, give them kisses. Roses last in my house longer than even in the center. I swear to you, roses in my house will last 2 weeks. That's amazing. I cut them down until they're like about this short on the stem, and they're still open. Because that's the secret, you know? Keep cutting every few days, because the stem is too long for them to suck so much. So as soon as they wilt, you know that it's too long, so cut them again. You know, tell them how beautiful they are. You know? Man, it's so great to be loveful. I have these plants in my garden now. We have time?
Yes, I was gonna say, can you share a meditation?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Okay, everybody okay?
Yeah.
Any quick questions? Good. Everyone feel full?
You talked about the flowers just now. What came to me was like, if you're throwing out impure thoughts and just getting rid of negativity, every time you snip that off, the flower blooms and blooms.
Yeah, because they absorb.
Whereas if you leave the stems, which would be the negative thoughts and all that
Oh, good
stuff, the flower
observation.
would die faster because there's no.
Wow, this is good. This is good. Good. So for tomorrow, if everybody can buy themselves a dozen of roses and care for them as you care for yourself, you know, keep cutting the negativity off a few days. And when you walk by, make sure you don't, like, you're okay. It's amazing how flowers take on these energies that are around us. All right, so let's sit in silence and I'll guide you through a quick meditation. Sit up straight and very comfortable.
Sorry.
Just gently close your eyes and look within yourself. Looking inside your body, let it go and relax. And here's where I want you to say, I am peaceful. And I am loveful. And although I live in this body, and I care for it, I no longer abuse it. And I no longer neglect it. So much importance paid to our bodies. So much to do to it, to care for and protect it. But really the body's only on loan. So even before I protect and care for my body, I must nourish myself. So let's take a moment and just be alone, without the body, resting in the middle of your forehead. And see yourself there. Divine light that sits inside the forehead. That I can only see myself behind my eyes. It is I that is peaceful. It's here where I take my power. Recognizing that I, the soul, I am the essence and the seed. Of who I am. I create the energy force that surrounds me, and I see its reflection in my life. I now have the ability and the know-how to create a beautiful life around me, and beautiful relationships. Because this relationship is created within me first. I love myself. I maintain harmony in my mind, in my thoughts, in my emotions. master of my emotions and responsible for my actions. Gently just take our mind into our heart. On the left side of your chest. And imagine that Valentine heart. Fully open like a rose. And this is the rose that we will nourish. As of tomorrow. And see it blossom. Spreading the fragrance of beauty, of love. Keep cutting away the negativity by just being the rose, fully opened, spreading fragrance of love and beauty. I am so beautiful. I am so beautiful. And I find beauty in everyone around me. It's time to just love more. And love more. And then some more. Om Shanti.
Well, here's one that won't fade.
Now, isn't this magical? Talk about roses and I get one at the end.
Oh, of course, that's Hollywood for you. We are so glad that he's here. I want you to know one thing. We have to make appointments with him very far in advance. As I said, he's so busy. And if you look on his site, you'll be able to see these
What's
gorgeous
the
scars.
website?
The web.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to say the website is Alexander Lambert
Allenberg.com.
at what?
.com.
.com. Look on there, and you'll see these gorgeous scarves that he has
Can you
created.
put it on Facebook?
What is it again?
Alexander Lambert.
Allenberg.
Ellenberg.
Like Albert with EM in the middle. Allenberg.
So that's where you'll be able to see the gorgeous scarves and how much love he's put into them.
The way you spell your first name.
Oh yeah, it's spelled differently.
Alex.
A-L-E-K-S.
K-S.
Samuel.
Aleksander. That's what it is.
Can you announce it for the
Yeah, put it on
Oh, that'd be
Facebook.
nice. If you all sit for a minute, we have a very special tree and dedicated to Alex.
Wow, really?
Wait,
Oh.
yeah, I'll let you do it. in a minute, but let's wait, Sheila. Okay. We have a very special treat. And don't leave yet because you're gonna
We are
miss.
leaving. And I want to announce about this evening meditation.
Yeah, I will, honey, and I have to announce the
Half of them
weekend.
leaving.
Can't help it.
It's all right.
It's all right. Okay, a very special treat here for Alex.
Mindy, you're gonna sing? Oh, wow.
Some say love, it is a river that drowns the tangerine. Some say love, it is a razor that leads your soul to bleed. Some say love, it is a hunger, an endless aching need. I say love, it is a flower, and you, its only seed. It's the heart afraid of breaking that never learns to dance. It's the dream afraid of waking that never takes the chance. It's the one who won't be broken, that never learns to give, and the soul afraid of dying, that never learns to give. When the night has been too lonely, and the road has been too long, and you think that love is only for the lucky and the strong, just remember in the winter, far beneath the bitter snows, lies the seed that with the sun's love in the spring becomes the rose.
Now you get it. I'd like you to all come up. Alex is going to give you'll give the pastor out.
This is big ring. I leave a dozen big ones and I cut something.
Okay,
So who doesn't want to? Wow.
if you come forward and you pass them out. And Alex is going to give you a blessing card today for the week, for the year.
One second.
Yeah, if you want a small one, I mean,
That was quite powerful. Wow.
you can take home more. It's good. Yes, it's a blessing from India. Come from all of them. You are the big one. Thank you.
Wait, if you do it in silence, please. Please.
better? Do you feel good now? Better than, yeah.
This on my, oh my God, in the back. And this foot, I'm not a big one, I'm heavy.
Are you in town? Are you in town?
Let's go there.
Happy Valentine. Want a big one or a little one? We have a big one here. Nice and thank you.
Yes.
Love to share.
And if you'd all like to stay for a couple minutes, we'll take a picture with Alex. So if you can, once you're finished, please gather out this way. Yeah. These totals, which means sweet, came from India.
No.
Oh, no, they're
Wasn't than that.
oh, yeah.
Okay.
The colors and his signature and something.
Willingness and power.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, my God. How are you? Good. Pure Sprite. I drink all the time when I go.
From no water, this part.
No water.
Oh my God.
Maybe one day I just want to make a
Hi, how you doing? Good to see you. Wow, dig on that. Oh, your songs. Good for you.
Now, if we can get to Sophia, we're gonna take a picture. If everybody come this
I
way,
did. It happened.
come on this way, let's
How does it matter?
get her around.
On Wednesday, well, I went to the store.
How did we get to be sure? Not a circle, no flag, so we can take a picture of it.
Oh,
I got invited. You know, I'm sitting in the front row. I'm sitting in the
We had those topics picked out before you gave them to her, or she based the topics on you giving them to her?
No.
We had those 3 topics.
No, the topics weren't about that. They were about, you know, you telling your story about your music and your song, how you made it, and how
No,
the
when you
music.
said love.
I don't know how we're gonna take a picture of Mama, so we'll have to see, right? Are we in the right position or is someone?
And I